Good evening, my dear students. I am Padmini. I welcome you all to this live session. Today we are going to discuss a lesson, that is packing, from your English book Beehive. Okay. So packing is an extract from the writer Jacob K. Jerom's novel Three Men in a Boat. Three Men in a Boat. This is a hilarious, or you can say the humorous extract about the confusion and mess created by three people. And these three people completely inexperienced in the art of packing. This lesson exposes the utter clumsiness of three friends. And who are the three friends? Or we can say the three characters of this lesson. They are the writer himself, Jacob K. Jerom, then George and Harris. Okay? So let's start the lesson or the chapter. First we will discuss the first paragraph of this lesson. Then after the difficult words, then we will critically appreciate it. Okay? The first paragraph, just you can see here. I said I would pack. I rather pride myself on my packing. Packing is one of those many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprises me myself sometimes how many such things are there. I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. They fell into the suggestion with a readiness that had something uncanny about it. George spread himself over the easy chair and Harris cocked his legs on the table. So, in this lesson, we will find some difficult words. Pride myself on means am proud of. Uncanny means strange or worried. Cocked his legs means bent the legs on the knee as he sat. So here, Jacob K. Jerom thought that his ability to pack the luggage was better than others. He asked his friends, George and Harris, to leave the task of packing to him, means entirely packing to him. And the two friends agreed to his offer, which was completely strange. H. George sat comfortably on the easy chair, and Harris bent his knees as he sat on the sofa, and he kept his feet on the table. So here both the friends. So in the first paragraph, the writer introduced himself, at the same time his two friends. His two friends were, one is George and Harris. As the writer said that all the packing, he will do all the packing for their trip. So both of them fully relaxed. As George sat comfortably on the easy chair and Harris bent his knees as he sat on the sofa and kept his feet on the table. So in the second paragraph, we will find some difficult words like intended. Intended means meant, or here it means plant. And potter about means do some unimportant things. So in the second paragraph, by saying that he would pack, the writer did not mean that his friends would sit and relax, while he would do all the work. He had meant that he would boss upon them, while they would do all the chores or all the work. And he would nag them, he would supervise them and curse them for not knowing the work well. Another way we can say also, he would chip in to sort out the mess that they would create. He was irritated to see them sitting while he did all the work. And he was saying the same thing. He was saying the same thing. There is nothing does irritate me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I am working. So in this sentence, he meant Judge and Harris. He meant that Judge and Harris, they are doing nothing. They are not doing nothing. They are completely relaxed. Okay? So in the third paragraph, we will find some difficult words. Loll on the sofa. Loll on the sofa means to recline or lean in a relaxed manner. Messing about. Messing about means to waste time doing something without a particular purpose. Okay? Sit still. Sit without doing anything. Or you are doing nothing and you are sitting. Superintend means supervise or manage. So in this third paragraph, the writer Jerome K. Jerome recollects that once he lived with a man who would sit lazily on the sofa all day, though and would watch the writer do all the work. Means in other way we can say the writer was doing all the work and that man only sitting on the sofa and doing nothing. The man would say that he enjoyed watching him go around, doing all the work. This would make the writer mad with anger, you can say. Means without doing anything, the man only looking at him, looking at the writer Jerome K. Jerome. And this made the writer mad with anger, you can say. Okay, the writer adds that he could not sit idle. He adds here, Jerome K. Jerome adds here that he could not sit idle and watch others work like slaves or the servants, you can say. On the other hand, he said he liked to check their work, walk around with his hands in his pockets and direct them on how to do the work properly. He feels that as he was energetic, it was a part of his nature to behave in this manner and he cannot leave it. So in the fourth paragraph, we will find some difficult words like strapped it. Strapped it means closed it. Wild. Here, wild means mad with anger. Okay. So in this fourth paragraph, the writer did not say anything to his friends and started packing. And he did all the things. As he closed it, Harris said that he had forgotten to pack the boots. The writer felt that Harris could have reminded him before he had closed the bag. But the writer thought that Harris was like that. This was followed by an irritating laughter by George, and which made Jerome wild with anger. Means we can say here, George and Harris, they both have planned to irritate to the writer. Or in other way you can say the two friends are teaching Jerome K. Jerome. As Jerome said, I am the best baker and I can pack in the best way. Or we can say the writer is proud of that he was the best baker of the world. Okay? Is in the fourth paragraph, the writer forgot to keep the boots inside the bag. So what Jerome did? Again, Jerome opened the bag to keep the boots in it. As he was about to close it, he was struck by a strange thought that he had kept the toothbrush or not. He had kept the toothbrush or not. This idea again came to his mind, struck to his mind by a strange thought. He says that he never remembers if he has packed the toothbrush or not. He is telling his experience. Whenever I am going to pack my luggage, every time the same mistake it happens. I am not able to remember whether I have put my toothbrush inside or not. Whether I have put my toothbrush in my bag or not. So in this fifth stanza, one thing that is always irritating to the writer. And what is that? Always he forgets to keep the toothbrush inside the bag or not. So here in the second part of this fifth paragraph, we will get the difficult words like hunts. Hunts to means to repeatedly give trouble. To repeatedly give trouble is known as hunts. Misery means sad. Cold perspiration means sweat. When the whole body will be filled with sweat. And hunt means search for something. So Jerome adds that while traveling, he always messes up with carrying his toothbrush. Okay, he has nightmares of not having packed it. And always he wakes up in sweat and looks for it. Always he wakes up in sweat and looks for it. In the morning, he packs it before using it. Just imagine. Means he packs it before using it. Then unpacks the bag to get the brush and uses it. As it is the last thing that comes out of the bag and he has repacked the bag. He forgets packing it again. And at the last moment, he rushes to his room to get the brush. And finally, he wraps it in his handkerchief and carries it to the railway station in his hand or in his pocket. So imagine here, the simple thing, a toothbrush, makes him more irritated. He always makes it troubles. It always gives him trouble, makes him sad. Only for a simple thing, he becomes, the sweat comes from his body. So from this fifth paragraph, we can understand. As the writer was proud of that, he was the best packer. We can understand. Whether he was the best packer or not. What answer I will get if I will ask you the question? Whether he was the best packer? Obviously, the answer will no. Obviously, the answer I will get no. Okay? In the sixth paragraph. Now we will come to the sixth paragraph. Sixth paragraph, we will find some difficult words in sixth paragraph. What is that? That mortal things. Mortal things means bad things. But here, mortal things means every ordinary things. Okay, every ordinary thing. Rummaged. Rummaged means searched in a hurried or a careless way. That is rummaged. Chaos means confusion. And end means rolled. So, Jerome was looking for his toothbrush in his bag. He had to remove everything. But he couldn't find it. Jerome thought that he has packed his toothbrush inside the bag. He was checking the bag whether he had put his toothbrush or not. Then what he had to do? He had to remove everything from his bag. But he couldn't find it. He created a mess. He found his friend's brushes many times. He said that 18 times over. 18 times over means for many times. For many times he had seen that his friends brushes, but he could not find his own brush. He kept everything back into the bag one by one, checking each item, checking everything. And you know, my dear students, where he found his toothbrush. And finally, he found his toothbrush inside a boot. Where? Inside a boot, my dear students. Then once again, he repacked the bag. Just imagine here. For the packing, how many times he was removing everything from the bag and everything he was keeping again in the bag. First, it happened when he left the boot outside. When George said that you have put the, Harris and George both they said that you have put your boot outside. Then again, he has removed everything and put the bag inside. And again, the toothbrush. And where he got the toothbrush? He got the toothbrush in his boot. Inside a boot, children. From here we can understand that he was the best picker of the world or the worst picker of the world. Yes or no? Okay. So in this sixth paragraph, means we can understand that everything has been done. Everything has been done. But still something is there. And what is that? We will discuss in this seventh paragraph. So here we will find in this seventh paragraph, we will find some difficult words. Like did not carry hang. Did not carry hang means just you are showing no concern or interest. You are showing no concern or interest means did not carry hang. Slammed. Slammed. Slammed means shut the lid forcefully and loudly. Shut the lid forcefully and loudly. And next, hampers. Hampers means baskets used to carry food, utensils, etc. So children, when you are going for a picnic, you are taking another bag with you. And that bag, what you are keeping? You are keeping your like jam, like your butter, like fruits and different kinds of things you are putting. Which one you like to eat, children? We are making another bag and that is known as the hampers. So hampers means that are the baskets or bags which is used to carry food and utensils. Okay. So in this seventh paragraph, now what happened? When Jerome closed the bag, Jerome already closed the bag, George asked. It's very silly thing he asked. And what is that? George asked if the soap was there. If the soap was there inside the bag, then Jerome was completely impatient. Completely impatient. He replied. What he replied? He said that he was not concerned if the soap was there or not. He closed the lid and stripped the bag. Then he realized again one thing. What he realized, children? That he had packed his spectacles in it. What he did? He packed his spectacles inside the bag. Just imagine. Think about the condition of the spectacles. What he did? He shut the lid forcefully and loudly. Imagine. He shut the lid forcefully and loudly. And what was there inside the bag? Spectacle was there. So, and he had to open it. And again he had to open it, children. Finally, the bag was closed at 10:05 p.m. At what time? at 10:05 p.m. finally the bag was closed. And after that, what they have to do? They have to pack the food baskets. Okay, that is the hampers, as I said. And Hari said that as they were left with less than 12 hours to leave, they should pack the baskets as well. So they said at the same time, after 10:05, they are going to pack the hampers also, means the food basket. Harris decided now that the food basket would be packed by him and George. Means here, George and Harris, they both decided that they will pack the food basket. And now, the writer Jerome K. Jerome, he agreed to take him his turn for some rest while his friends packed the basket. So now, Jerome K. Jerome decided and he agreed to their proposal that they will pack the food basket or the hampers. And he decided that he will take rest while his friends, they are packed the basket. Okay. As we know that in the seventh paragraph, George and Harris, they both decided that they would pack the hampers. Okay. So here in the 8th paragraph, what happened? So we will find some difficult words here in this 8th paragraph. That is light-hearted spirit. Light-hearted spirit means to be cheerful. To be cheerful, very cheerful. Means happy. And evidently means clearly, obviously. Evidently means clearly and obviously. Exception. Exception means a person or thing that does not follow the general rule there. That is known as exception. Exception means a person or thing that doesn't follow the general rule. So here in this 8th paragraph, Judge and Harris started packing the hampers in a very happy mood, in a very light-hearted spirit. They wanted to show Jerome that they could pack well. So they wanted to prove here in this 8th paragraph, the friends of Jerome K. Jerome, Judge and Harris, they wanted to show that they could pack well than Jerome. Now the turn comes to Jerome K. Jerome. And here Jerome wanted for them to create a mess because always he considered Harris to be the worst packer in the world. He always says that Harris was the best packer in the world. Now Jerome looked at the piles of plates, cups, kettles and bottles, the jars, pies, cakes and tomatoes which had to be packed into the hampers. And he thought that it was the boys who should make a mess up. And it would be very, very interesting thing to watch. So here the writer Jerome K. Jerome wanted that they should make a mess. They should make a mess. And it would make an interesting thing to watch. Okay? So now the scene became interesting. The scene became interesting as they broke a cup at the start. First, they start their packing with breaking a cup. Jerome says that they broke the cup to indicate that they could do the two and make the things interesting. Means here Jerome K. Jerome was saying that things would be very interesting. Because the scene started, or we can say George and Harris started doing the things with breaking a cup. With breaking a cup. And here in this paragraph we will find some difficult words also, like squashed. Squashed means crush or squeeze something. Crush or squeeze something with force so that it became flat, soft, or we can say out of shape. For example, as the writer said, they have put the strawberry jam on the top of a tomato. On the top of the tomato. Then what will be the condition of the tomato? What will be the condition? It will crush and it will squeeze. And the force, so that it became flat, soft, and it will come out of the shape. So what Harris did? Harris placed the jar of strawberry jam on the top of the tomatoes. And the tomatoes were squeezed by the jar, and then they removed the damaged tomatoes with the help of a spoon. Now, without making the tomato, what happened? The tomato chutney happened, we can say. The tomato chutney happened. So, my dear students, this lesson consists of 16 paragraphs. So, in this video, we have discussed only 8 paragraphs. And next video, we will discuss another 8 paragraphs. I think you all have understood this. Thank you, my dear.